trying to restore confidence in a fragile U.S. banking system by not the BBC. The U.S. government has to provide $700 billion bailout package during the Depression. That's 459 billion pounds. So that was almost 300 billion short of $1 trillion that they had to provide there. Let's just go ahead now and we'll do the markets. Excuse me. These are Friday unless otherwise noted for the most part. The FTSE was down 49.4. The DAC was down, the DAC was at 46.96 on Friday. In Paris, 0.84. In Brussels, 1.20. In Madrid, they were down 32.50. In Zurich, 45.43. In Moscow on Friday, they were down 32. In Johannesburg, they were also down 294.82. In Bombay on Thursday, 68.22. In Karachi on Friday, they were down 120.43. In Lahore, down 67.39. In Colombo, down 18.7 on Friday. And Wednesday in Tehran, 18.90. In Sydney on Friday, they were down 5.10. The Nikkei, 219.16. The Hang Seng in Hong Kong was down 29.0 or not 4. In Shanghai on Friday, they were also down 7.29. The Dow was down 278.94 on Friday, and the Nasdaq was also down 55.44. In the Merck, don't want to forget them, they were also down as a commodity exchange out in the Midwest city of Chicago. They were down 29.78. In Sao Paulo, they were also down 384.01. And in Mexico, they were down too at 236.84. Let's take a quick look at the commodities. Brent crude on Friday was down 67 cents. We'd like to see that actually at $59.81. The spot was down 10 cents at $60.51. Texas Intermediate crude was down $1.23 at $49.67. T-Boone taking is still jumping for joy. He remembers $15 a barrel. Oil. Cocoa was down $52. Let's take a look at that. And Dubai Gold was down $32.30, reminding people this is a commodity also. At $1,166.90, the Forex was down $26.25 at $1,175.75. Silver was down 20 cents at $15.99. We usually don't give it, we do this time. Corn futures were down $3.50. And soybean futures unchanged. Down 29 cents. Soybean oil was down 29 cents. Futures were unchanged. And wheat futures down $4.50. I've been waiting a long time to say the word unchanged. You used to listen to the Farm Report early in the morning when we lived in the Midwest city of Chicago. Corn futures were up. What did I say? Corn. I'm sorry. Cocoa future. Keep going. Coffee futures were up $7. We'll see if we can find cocoa. I think we already gave cocoa here. They're always fixated on I don't see cocoa. Oh, here they are. We're down $19. So that does it. A lot of countries in West Africa in the cocoa business and also in the coffee business. I check our time here. I think this will basically about do it For numbers, man, this week, for those in business, keep your eye on the ball. That's for the consumer. For those in business, make it a productive. You can tell that I've been at this for a while tonight. For those in business, make it a productive next week. We'll have some more indicators out there. But one thing to remember, as far as indicators are concerned, 1 month or even 3 months is not a pattern to set in national policy such as interest rates. It is better to err on the side of prudence than to make monumental steps. But the old maxim, what goes down must go up, or down up must go move down. Interest rates are one of those psychological things. They do make much difference in terms of the amount of borrowing costs. But U.S. Interest rates, and of course European interest rates, have been near zero. So, for instance, if you raised 5/10 or a point, it really does not make as much difference. Now, what would eventually happen is borrowing costs, say for mortgage, etc., would eventually go up. But when you have the type of economy coming out of the Depression as this one did, and of course semantics there, Great Recession, Depression, same thing. Then we also did have at one time a Great Depression. Nonetheless, it does take a large amount of time, and these economies are weak. And many of these economies have been weak for a decade. And the U.S. economy was like a seesaw, up and down. If you go back to when President Clinton took office in 1992-93, a recession came in, and then there was a boom called the tech boom. And of course, after the tech boom, there was another recession when G.W. Bush came into office. And then you had the housing boom or bubble, and then the bubble after the housing thing. And there was some stimulus in the U.S. from the World Trade disaster. But those things basically were artificial, more or less stimuli to the economy. So the economy has been teetering and tottering. And if you look at the jobs record of G.W. Bush, he was in Selma today, incidentally, you'll see that as many jobs as he created, he also lost. And you have more attention now to the job participation rate. I've been doing economics since the mid-'70s. And at that time, I can recall with Jobs with Peace, we talked about it, but we were talking to an empty auditorium. People really were not concerned. Also, we didn't have as good a data sets as obviously we do today. And that is one of the things that also adds to what people actually see when they see 62, 63% participation rate. A lady I was talking to the other day was fearful that her Social Security would disappear and she was leaving the U.S. Not sure where she was going to, but we assumed that she would be importing the proceeds from her various investments, including Social Security, to wherever she landed. And that is also one of the myths out there. Social Security will be viable the next 20 years at least and beyond that. Although we do have an aging population, yes. But the aging population itself will partially be offset by none other than immigration. The people that are immigrating are much younger and have much larger families than the American, what we'll call host population. So thus there will be, as they say, the baby boomers, my generation, will be no doubt retiring. Some will not. Some will literally be working. I was talking to a fellow, I think he's 75. He'll work till he's 80. So things, as they say, are moving right along. Nonetheless, good day.